Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, ma'am.
May I know what is your name?
My name is Nur Solehah, ma'am.
Can I know what is your language spoken?
I can speak English and Indonesia, ma'am.
Where do you come from?
I come from Indonesia, Central Asia, ma'am.
What is your religion?
My religion Muslim, ma'am.
Are you married or single?
I'm married, ma'am.
How many sister and brother do you
I
have?
have sister 2 and brother 2 and number 3, ma'am.
Okay, how many children do you have?
I do have, ma'am.
What is your last education?
I do go high school, ma'am.
What is your height and weight?
I weigh 145, ma'am, and weight 45, ma'am.
Can you speak Cantonese?
No, ma'am. I want to learn Cantonese, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any overseas working experience?
Yes, ma'am. I'm working in Singapore, ma'am.
How many employer have you been working?
2 employer, ma'am.
What is the name of your first employer?
First employer, Christina Tang, ma'am.
Since when you start working with them?
2000 until 2005, ma'am.
What is the race of your first employer?
It's Chinese, ma'am.
What type of house is your first employer putting up?
Condo, ma'am.
What is the name of your second employer?
Celia, ma'am.
Okay, since when you start working with her?
2005 until 2008, ma'am.
What is the race of your second employer?
Chinese, ma'am.
Chinese. Can I know what type of house is your second employer putting up?
Condo, ma'am.
Okay. Why do you like to go to Hong Kong?
I want to find money more, ma'am.
Okay. How many children does your previous employer have?
3 children, ma'am.
What about in your second employer?
1 children, ma'am.
So how many members do you serve in your first employer house?
5 member, 3 son, ma'am.
Okay. What about in your second employer family? How many members there?
3 member, 1 son, ma'am.
Okay. Can you please tell me what is your daily duty in your first employer house?
Every morning we come, we clean the house, sweep floor, and wash the car, and wash clothes, and take care the children, ma'am.
Okay. What is your daily duty in your second employer house?
Sweep the floor and clean the house, ma'am.
Do you send the children to school?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How many meals do you cook a day?
1 is still, ma'am.
Okay. What time do you wake up in your previous employer house?
5 o'clock, ma'am.
What time do you usually finish your work?
9 o'clock, ma'am.
Do you need to do marketing?
No, ma'am.
How much is your salary?
350, ma'am.
Do you have any update during your previous employment?
No, ma'am.
Are you prepared to give up some of your update if your employer is willing to compensate?
Yes, ma'am. Enter ma'am.
Okay, do you mind if your update is not on Sunday?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, ma'am.
You don't mind, okay. What is your reason for leaving your employment?
Finish contract, ma'am.
Do you have any experience in taking care of newborn baby?
Yes, ma'am. I take care baby, change the clothes, feed him, and make meal and carry him, ma'am, and change the clothes and make meal and change the pampers, ma'am.
Okay. Can you please tell us your experience in taking care of small kid?
Yes, ma'am. I change the clothes, feed him, and play and bring the school, ma'am.
Do you have any experience in taking care of elderly?
No, ma'am.
Are you willing to look after elderly?
No, ma'am.
Do you know how to cook Chinese food?
Yes, ma'am. I can cook soup and chicken rice and fried fish, ma'am.
Are you willing to take care of dogs?
No, ma'am.
Are you afraid of dogs?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you operate all kind of electrical appliances?
Yes, ma'am.
Can eat pork?
No, ma'am. I can handle pork, ma'am.
Do you have any relative or friends in Hong Kong?
No, ma'am.
Do you know that you cannot invite stranger or friends to your employer house without permission?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have anything to say to your future employer?
Yes, ma'am. I promise be a good maid, hardworking and honest. I will not steal money. I finish contract, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. I see you in Hong Kong, ma'am. Bye bye.